Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be going through the portfolio updates as well as we'll maybe chit-chat a bit on the coming the market situation right now and what's my plan moving forward, and let's begin. So my portfolio recently has over the last Friday news of between Trump and his tariffs and China. So the portfolio dropped by about maybe $100-ish. So currently it's standing at $7,540, around there. So total position P&L is shown right here, about $550 here. Cash input is $7,000. And let us go through the portfolio stocks before we chit-chat a bit on the market situation. So first one, Adobe. Adobe is still in the red for me. My average cost, my one share cost is around $250. So now it's $338. So I most likely will be, depend on today's situation, I might be adding maybe one more Adobe share. I'll update again in the next video if I am adding the Adobe share. My only thoughts process is because Adobe, based on my small portfolio account, right, will be because one share is about $350. So I just don't want to make Adobe so big of a position in this account. So I'm just thinking whether if I should add Adobe share. And I would prefer not to do the partial share as well. I would prefer to buy one whole share. This is a small account, so sometimes it's a bit tricky to buy one whole share using just this small account as a illustration. I will be thinking whether to add Adobe. I will update again. AMD. So AMD position now still only 4 shares. Since last Friday drop, yesterday was up a little bit. Again. So now it's 216 for AMD today. My plan for AMD shares, I will not be adding any shares or not be selling any share at this moment. I'll just hold my AMD position and see the market to see the situation, and then I will see whether if I will react to it. High chances that I will not do anything at this moment. I will prefer to hold my shares. If the market happen to drop more, I'm looking forward opportunities to add more shares for AMD in the future. Amazon right here has been hovering around this range. In my previous video I've mentioned, you see these two lines I've drawn in my previous videos. So has been kangarooing around here, hopping up and down here. So we'll see if it break below this line, then chances it may go lower to about below $200. So if it happened to drop maybe close to this $200 range or $190 range, I will also be interested to add some Amazon shares. Next, Celsius. Celsius is quite a strange one. So I sold some puts as well, so profited some puts. So Celsius is hovering around this range as well. You can see this is a pattern between the $50 mark and then $60 mark right here. So today it fall back to around $60. So if it drop more back to maybe $50 range, it's good. If you have done a position, you can add some shares here, or you can start to sell a put right here to gain some cash. This position, let me put it down here, and then let me mark another position here. You can see, all right, this between $65 and $60, and $50. So let's monitor closely. If it really goes down to around this line, $55, we can sell some puts, or we can add some shares when it goes lower, around $52, $53 mark. Okay, interesting. Next, ELF. ELF, after the recent news, so it went up again, but then towards the end of the day, it dropped down again. You see yesterday's chart. You can see ELF here has been ding-donging around this range as well. This big red candle on last Friday. I managed to add a few shares. Not sure whether is it in this account. Let me take a look. I think it's in this account. Maybe one share over here. Yeah, one share over here. Is it? Yeah, I bought somewhere here. I think this is not a bad entry price right here, around 129. And then it popped back up yesterday and went back down again. So it's very news driven and a very volatile stock for ELF. Because ELF products depend very much on tariffs, the China tariff, etc. So that's why it's very volatile to all the tariff news. Next, Pfizer. This is a new position. So Pfizer, FactSet Research System, and let's take a quick look at their financial. The reason why I bought Pfizer is after looking at their numbers, I find that it's very interesting. Has been a very consistent company. You can see their revenue here has been going up. Yes, see here, revenue has been going higher and higher each year. 16, 19, 21, 22, 22 till today is about this is about 2287. The gross margin is also very consistently over the 50 range. Their operating income, all right, just a moment. Their operating income, you can also see here, let's take the last 5 years, has been also growing quite consistently, and their operating margin is also around, is quite high, it's around 30%. Net income growing consistently. Their EPS also growing consistently. Okay, so you can see their free cash flow right here, also growing consistently. A bit of drop in 2024, but this year is moving up again, right? So Pfizer as numbers are looking good, and their price to earnings are also very competitive. You can take a look here. See their price to earning ratio. 5 is 35. Forward PE is only 16. So it's a very attractive forward PE here. My position for Pfizer will not be a big one as of now. Although the numbers are looking good, I think I need to have more conviction myself, and I would like to do more research. Just bought one share to help myself keep track of the company here. Fortinet, not much movement here. The movement are rather small. So this is not a very high volatile company. The drop is due to the earnings and guidance. Let's move on. Meta. Meta has been performing quite weak recently, due to all the news, and you see their shares are hovering around this 711. So it dropped to around 690. I think a few days earlier. I didn't manage to buy anything here. I think if it drop back down here, 690 is a good point to add. Yeah, I'll just remind myself. I just put an indicator here around this range, 687. I can add. Next, Marvell. Marvell, not too bad. Ever since my purchase here has been going higher with all the semiconductor news. So now it's in this range, $90 mark. So I feel that it's hovering around here. It's a bit start to kangaroo around here, most likely. Nothing much to talk about. So next one. So NVDA finally broke off this range that I draw. So now has its all-time high of 195. So these two lines are no longer valid for now. So let me delete this one. So we'll see there's a strong support here around, let's see, around, support is around here. I think it's around 185. Around 185, that, you see, there's a strong resistance support right here. So high is 195. I think very high chance NVDA will break above $200 pretty soon, if there's no big news coming out. Okay. Earnings seasons are coming, so today we are expecting some companies to release their earnings. Any interesting companies today? We'll be looking at maybe JP Morgan, Domino Pizza, Citibank. Tomorrow before open will be an interesting one. ASML. I do hold shares of ASML in my main portfolio, so it'll be interesting to know ASML earnings. So rest of the week, nothing as interesting as for me. So next week, let's take a look to see anything interesting. 3M maybe here, 3M before open Tuesday. Netflix next Tuesday after closing will be an interesting one. And any more? Let's take a look. Tesla next week as well. Intel next week. and maybe just Procter & Gamble here. All right. Okay, let's do a bit of chit chat here to see how the market is moving forward. And from what I see based on last Friday, I thought the market will crash this week. But on Monday, yesterday, the market opened quite green, quite bullish. And yesterday was a very bullish day, and a lot of stocks are in the greens. And only towards the end of the trading day yesterday that it moved closer to neutral, but generally has been quite bullish. And as everyone knows, last Friday, Trump tweeted on China on the 5% tariff increase has caused the volatility to spike up, and some shares to drop in the range of about maybe 5 to 10%. Most of the companies, the S&P down by about 2-3%, and so everyone initially thought the market will go down this week. So myself as well, I thought that this would be a very rate and a lot of shares will drop this week. I did manage to add a few shares here and there on my favorite companies last Friday, but I didn't buy a lot because I was expecting this week to be worse. So we have to wait and see what's coming up. So since Monday, Trump has also given another tweet on China. You know, a lot of ding dong here and there, and everyone has been also talking about TACO, TACO. So what's TACO means? I keep hearing TACO here and there, so I just check GPT, and TACO actually refer to Trump always chicken out. So TACO, Trump always chicken out. So that's the meaning of TACO, and it feels like Trump actually TACO again. You know, yesterday. I think, in my own opinion, just sharing, and I feel that the market will continue to go up unless something came up again, like, you know, Trump stopped the meeting with China, Xi Jinping. So depending whether the meeting will be on. If there's more news coming out saying Trump has cancelled the meeting or something, then the market may react again and the shares may come down again. And there's also some saying the government shutdown, it may not end so soon, and this may have an impact on the economy moving forward for the US economy. So there's also some concern for some investors out there that the US market economy may not be looking good if the shutdowns continues. So let us monitor. And for me, I'll be holding some cash to deploy. So I will also not be selling much of my holding as of now. I'm looking more like a mid to long term, so I will not be selling now unless I feel the company is way overvalued. And yeah, that's it I have to share. And thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, do give me a like. And if you want to see more video, remember to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.